Hey guys, this is Lion of Judah from the Guild 7 from Thunderhorn server. Just wanted to make this video because it's been boiling up inside of me for so long, and I feel like now is probably the best time to do this because Warcraft is literally around the corner. It's June 10th, and you know, with the release of Xmen Apocalypse, you know, there's been a lot of, you know, people can say backlash, but I would just say so much negativity. And I just feel like, you know, negativity feeds negativity. If anyone who plays World of Warcraft knows that, you know, if you feed the troll just gets bigger and bigger. And I just couldn't understand, first of all, how people, you know, and this is going back to, honestly, Batman v Superman. Batman v Superman was probably the most divisive film of the year. But I can see why people may have not have liked the film. But to me, I thought it didn't do certain things great, but I still liked it a lot. Like, I still went in and I still had a great time watching the movie. And I just think when people start getting a genre and start comparing it to the best of that genre, that's, to me, it's just a very, very unfair comparison. So right now, you know, Warcraft is like at a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. 22%. And you know, I've been reading reviews on like why people said the way it said, and this is my biggest thing when I read reviews. Every time I read reviews, I feel like I'm watching the episode of South Park. You know which one I'm talking about, the Yelp one. It's just that people want to seem like they're so intellectual when they're writing these reviews. Like, they just you don't see the reason of why the art isn't as appreciated or isn't as rememberable when they write whatever it is they write in their reviews. And there was an image from the Yelp episode that just kept crossing my mind whenever, I think it was not Stan's dad, but it was Kyle's dad that was just on the computers listening to like opera music and writing his Yelp review. I just feel like that's exactly what's going on here. Like, they're like, people need to hear my artistic side, and people rely on this, you know, vision that I have for my reviews. You know, and I know everyone has to find their own reviewer and stick to it. You know, back in the 90s there was Siskel and Ebert, but a lot of their reviews I never really agreed on, you know, like their points and their views really I saw, and I was like, I didn't see what you saw, you know, but that is what art is. Art is all, you know, it's subjective, you know what I mean? It's not objective. It's literally just your own opinion, and your opinion can be an infallible bunch of things, you know, whatever. But to me, like, when I was reading these reviews, I was like, wow, like, I mean, I'm not the most intelligent guy in the world, you know, but when I read a review and I have to Google 15 words because I have absolutely no idea what they mean, one, I need to go back to school, and two, you need to write a review that's for the layman's. But you know why they don't do that? It's because they themselves don't even know what the hell they're writing. I mean, it's just stupid, you know? And, you know, there's this one guy, Alfonso Durante, he's from the Rap, and he was just bashing, you know, on, you know, Warcraft, and saying like it was just this, you know, horrible movie of like lackluster, and it's like comparing it to like Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, and this is the same guy, you know, because I had to look this up because I watched. I'm gonna put the link in the description below, but Trade Chat, Panzer, she did her review on Warcraft, and I really loved her review, and she brought it to my attention, and I was like, I gotta look this up. This has to be fake. That guy Alonso, and this is just to show you that you really need to just look at the people that are giving negative reviews. This guy gave a 4 out of 5. That's like an 8 out of 10 to Dragon Ball Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution! Dragon Ball Evolution! If anyone plays World of Warcraft knows Dragon Ball Evolution is the worst film. Like, you could probably turn that movie into a drinking game for how bad it is. Like, it's just so bad. And this guy gave it a 4 out of 5. So here's what I'm thinking. He probably saw it as the ridiculous film it was. Because this is what he said. It says, it may be silly and occasionally miscast, but the Dragon Ball Evolution never loses steam. The movie is both entertainingly ridiculous and ridiculously entertaining. So basically, from what I gathered, is that he went to that movie with zero expectations, just said, all right, movie, give me what you got. And he looks like he apparently had a good time. But then now, in this kind of new day and age of where we are now in the state of movies, it's like, you have to be so artsy, so freaking tight jeans, pants, geeky out, that you literally have to like tear a whole movie apart. And, and like I say, I have not seen Warcraft, and I'm just going off of all of this, mumbo jumbo that's going out with, Xmen Apocalypse, all the way from Batman v Superman. And then also too, like even Civil War, I love Civil War. I love the movie, but even me can see the flaws in that movie. Come on. And it's like, when I read Alonso's review of Civil War, he did not ever once mention the villain. He did not once ever mention how Tony Stark literally just goes from being like, completely anti-government to government just by this one lady basically saying, oh, my son died, while you were over there. And it's like this one thing. And to me, that was like not even, of course people died. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. People die. But they didn't even go off of the main thing that he created, Ultron, in the last movie that basically destroyed and devastated millions of lives. Millions of lives lost, but no, let's just go off of this mother who lost her one son, and that's the reason. So come on, guys. Like, I can pick a movie apart too, but all I'm saying is, like, these guys are, to me, I'm not saying be so lenient either. Give your opinion. But I just can't see how you can give Dragon Ball Evolution a 4 out of 5 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then give Warcraft a 2 out of 5. Talk about, subjectivity here. Wow. That's just insane. So, today I'm gonna go see Xmen Apocalypse, and I am so excited to see this movie. It's gonna be amazing. And, for any Warcraft player that's gonna go see Warcraft, I'm pretty sure, I would say 90% of us are gonna walk out of the movie loving the movie. But to me, it just really saddens me that the average person that, maybe does gaming, but maybe they're into first-person shooters, or maybe they're into, other, like, maybe they're not even into World of Warcraft, maybe they're into Rift, or maybe they're into just some other MMO, like Star Wars. And those people are walking into the movie not enjoying it. And to me, the only thing I can come across is that maybe it gives too much fan service, but even the people that have seen the movie that are Warcraft people say it's just as much fan service as comic book movies. If you're not a comic book person, it's just as much fan service. So I just don't see how even a director like Duncan Jones, who's done the two, really small indie films, but he's such a great storyteller, how he could literally just miss the mark that bad. I don't see it. I really, really don't see it. And I just really think people are, first of all, the majority of people that I know don't even look at Rotten Tomatoes. They really don't. But the people that do, they'll look at this and totally just be like, meh, I guess I don't need to go see it. It's a 20%. That's probably not even worth my money. People aren't going to go, like, people who love movies. Like, for me, I love movies. Not just comic movies, not just, the upcoming Warcraft movie. I love movies. I have over 300 in my collection here, and it's still growing, and I'm still collecting. And I've really appreciated what it takes to make film. And what it takes to actually undergo the whole process. And for me, it's a very daunting task to make a movie. And a lot of us can easily say, oh, that movie was complete shit. But even I would say Dragon Ball Evolution, if you were the director of that movie, I'm pretty sure you couldn't even do half as good a job as the director who did that movie. So I understand what it takes to make a movie. And maybe that's why I guess I am more open to when I go see a movie that I'm not going to immediately walk out of the movie completely bashing the movie. And it's been a while since I've walked out of the movie and just completely and utterly hated it. Now, the last movie I did, and I'm not going to lie, and I probably just thought this movie just wasn't for me. Because honestly, I am a horror guy, but I'm not a current horror guy, like what the recent horror genre is doing. I'm more into like the 70s, 80s, and some 90s of horror. Now, it's just ridiculous. To me, it's stupid. And the last movie I watched that movie just completely, like, I did not understand how this movie got such high reviews and people were raving about it, is The Witch. Wow, that movie was terrible. Completely terrible. I'm sorry. If you love that movie, fantastic. Hey, good on you. I hated that movie. Wow, that movie was garbage. I fell asleep twice during this movie. It was just so bad. But then, I'll go into a movie like Gods of Egypt, which got like a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I actually walked out really liking that movie. I was like, I'm gonna buy this on Blu-ray. It is that good. You know, but it's probably because for me, like, I just kind of I try to go in, even with the movies that I'm so, like, amped up for, I try to go in with actually no expectation anymore. Because sometimes you just have to see the film as it is. You know, especially these current films, you know, like Batman v Superman, we've seen the source material, you know, the original George Miller, The Dark Knight Returns, you know, the Amazing 7 series arc of Civil War, you know, we knew it wasn't going to follow none of that. So you have to just take whatever story you have in your mind and just throw it out the window and just take it as it comes, because if you don't, you're going to be disappointed. It's just how it is. And I just feel like a lot of these, you know, critics are just, I don't know what kind of mindset they're going with. And I don't know if they're just too much into their own bullshit that they just don't realize that, hey, like, I'm not even really reviewing movies properly, because my perception when I'm going in and when I'm leaving out is just maybe not the same, but it's just like they're not leaving whatever it is out the door and just taking it in the movie as it is, you know. And you know, so many people, like I said, not even just Alfonso, are comparing Warcraft to Lord of the Rings, but that's like me watching a drama and comparing that movie to, like, the Shawshank Redemption. You know, like, you can't compare every single movie to the best of its genre. You know, that's like walking to, like, you know, whatever gangster movie and then comparing it to, like, The Godfather or comparing it to Goodfellas. You just can't do that. You know what I mean? You just gotta take the movie however it is, as it is. And either you like it or you don't. And that could, that could exactly be what's going on here. And maybe what I'm saying is completely, you know, out of the mark or out of the question or whatever. You know, or I'm missing the mark on everything. But I read these reviews, and even to the movies that I've seen, like even movies of Civil War, and the peoples that, like I said, that actually have praised the film, which I do praise the film, but I also see its flaws, never once mentioned, like, the things that I just mentioned with Civil War, like the villain, like, you know, the easy turn for Tony Stark, some of the things with Black Panther, but they're, you know, to me, like, it didn't take away anything from the film. The film was still great. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, yes, you know, we can look at Batman v Superman and say, you know, Jesse Eisenberg and how he just didn't really embrace what we wanted from Lex Luthor, and he kind of gave us this more Riddler version that, you know, no one wanted. But even with Xmen Apocalypse, you know, like, I can't see, like, this is still directed by Bryan Singer, who did Days of Future Past. You know, this movie still has to be, and even the movie reviews that I've seen, like from Collider.com, you know, have been super, like, not super positive, but I mean, they walked out, like, liking the movie. And I just don't understand. And these, to me, I follow them because they're pretty good critics themselves, but they can explain themselves. They can explain why they may not like something. And I just feel like a lot of times with these other movies, from Variety or whatever, they hide what they're really saying behind big words. And to me, that's just kind of chicken shit. It's like, you're going to go out saying why you didn't like it. Just say you didn't like it because of whatever. Don't have to hide behind these big-ass words and people aren't even going to read your review because they can't even freaking go through one paragraph without Googling 4 or 5 of the freaking words. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, do you agree with me? Am I wrong here? Am I just complaining for the sake of complain? You know, please tell me in the comments below. I would really love to know your thoughts. And are you excited for Xmen Apocalypse and Warcraft? It's literally around the corner. I am so stoked, and I can't believe that this movie's just around the corner. So, like I said, if you're amped up for this movie, leave a like, you know, subscribe to my channel for upcoming movie reviews. I'm probably going to do one on Apocalypse. I'm definitely going to do one on Warcraft. So just keep your mind open, and I'll definitely, you know, keep you all up to date with that. So just keep me posted, all right? And I'll see you guys later.